Hello dear students, how are you all? First of all, myself Sunil Pawar from New Catholic Mission High Secondary School, Jhabwa wants to welcome you for the 11th class, that is the high secondary section. Okay. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for choosing your career in the biology line. Okay, such a noble profession of medical sciences. Okay, there is not only the purely based on medical, but it is also there is the paramedical sciences also there. Clear. So it's good to choose this field for your career. Okay, but remember, my dear children, the subject biology is quite interesting and easy to understand and to learn. Okay, it's good to hear, it's good not to listen, it's good to hear, but it is difficult to score in the biology. Clear. I just want to tell you that till 10th class you develop one habit, only and only to by heart the answers, and some of you also paid for this one because of less marking in the science subjects, right? So I just want to tell you, in this 11th class, just go through the complete portion, just learn all the basic concepts of biology, because it is not only important for scoring good in 11th class, but it will be greatly helpful for scoring in your competitive examinations. Otherwise, again you need to start from ABCD. Okay. When you will observe or when you will go through the questions from NEET and the other competitive exams, then you will observe that the pattern of asking the questions in chemistry and physics is quite different. Okay, for there you need a special studies, but if you will observe these questions from biology section, then you can understand very easily that whatever the study which you can perform in 11th and 12th class, it will be directly beneficial and helpful in your competitive exams. So not only for 11th and 12th class, but also for your competitive exams. So at least in 11th and 12th class, you have to prepare good and nicely for the competitive exams in biology. Okay, so wish you all the very best for the next session 11th and 12th as well for your professional degrees and this one. Okay, but my humble request, please pay proper attention. Okay, go through whatever given in your NCERT books. Okay, but just reading is not enough. To learn these basic concepts of biology and whatever terminology is given in your book, you need to consult and consider and refer the reference books. It is quite important because it's quite its elaboration, okay, its expansion, its deep study is quite compulsory. Clear. And there is the highest twisting is observed in biology section in your 11th and 12th class also. So please take care and do well. Okay, right now. Here we are going to start our 11th class biology session with the help of an introduction. In this introduction, we will just try to learn that what is the biology, what is the nature and scope of the biology. Okay. Now this first chapter, because of this, as you know that in 11th class and 12th class, the examination pattern is consisting two part of your syllabus. One part is theoretical and second part is practical. Okay, theoretical portion contains 70 marks and practical is out of 30 marks, right? So in this 70 marks of question paper, there are different categories: very short answer and long answer type in nature, in which in the short answer type of question, there is a category which is based on the picture and the base questions. Clear. So you have to learn it properly. So you have to focus on each and everything. Clear? And you know that we all are suffering from this critical condition because of this pandemic. You already suffers 1.5 months. There is a loss of this much great duration or the time period. So therefore, CBSE reduces your syllabus by nearly 30%, right? So not here, but in the form of the PDF file, I will provide you on your WhatsApp group, okay? That is the 30% topic or the portion which is deleted for this year from the biology syllabus of 11th class. Clear? NCERT already published your book in the mid of the last year. So that's why it was not removed from your book, but with the help of separate circular, they already sent whatever the portions is deleted. Okay, so I already sent this PDF file to you. So go through it, and it is not included for your examination, for your evaluation of biology, but it is important for your competitive exam. So just keeping aside this portion, first we will try to finish a rest of the course, which is on which basically you are going to evaluate for your theory paper. Okay, then later we will also try to consider and complete that portion, 30% deleted portion also. Okay, and I just want to tell you one more fact. There is separate passing marks are quite compulsory for your theory and practical. Okay, and in practical you have to fulfill a basic requirement or the need of preparing an investigative project. Okay, so you need to prepare a proper project file, okay, and you have to prepare the proper questioning and the questionnaires on this one thing to answer for the final exams. Okay, so just go through this syllabus and this one thing. As you know that we are having 5 units, 22 chapters, clear, but out of this 22 chapters, either complete chapters or some part of the chapters is now deleted, and it is given in the form of the deleted topics from your book. Okay, so now moving forward, first of all, it is quite compulsory to learn what is the biology. Okay, so remember this term biology, it is actually derived from this two words, one that is bios and second is logos. Bios means life and logos means to study. That means simply the study of life is called as biology. It is just the literate meaning. Okay, so with the help of this one thing, the word biology is coined by the two great scientists, John Baptist Lamarck and in 1802. Okay, and here one definition is given. Biology is a branch of science which deals with the living beings, whereas other branch of sciences called physical sciences deal with physics, chemistry, math, meteorology, etc. That means simply with this definition we can conclude that biology is the study of living being, the matter related with the life and the living being. Okay, and the second is called as the physical sciences. This is the life sciences. Clear? Now one more thing, as I told you, the word biology is derived from the Greek words bios and the logos, means the study of life. Okay, but also called the science of life. Clear? Here it is given that the father of botany was Theophrastus, and the father of geology, he also worked with the embryology and this one thing, and the co-founder and philosopher, that the Aristotle is there. Okay, so first of all, what is biology? It is a branch of science. So first I just want to give a systematic definition of science. If you go through the meaning of science, then it's simple: to know or having the knowledge. Clear? But it doesn't mean only knowing something is science or having knowledge about anything is science. Never. If you suppose only this one thing, then my dear, you are totally wrong. What is the science? Science is a systematically organized body of knowledge which we earn or learn through the observation and experimentation. Got it? You can divide it into two parts. One, that is the, what is the science? Systematically organized body of knowledge. And how you can earn the knowledge? Just by keen observation, by observing the things properly. Okay, so this observation and experimentation will give you a lot of data, a lot of information, and through this information you can find out the solution of the problems too, right? So that's why if you want to become a good science student, then you should learn how to observe. Okay, always keep your all the senses alert and learn how to collect the information, how to tabulating them, how to conclude them, how to arrange them, how we can grouping them. This all such things is quite important. And my dear, biology is not the study of your theory or your chapters only. It is not only the bookish knowledge, but biology is spread all over in your surrounding. Your body is regulated by this subject. You are also a good example of biology. Clear? So this is my suggestion. Whatever you observe in your surrounding, whether it is plant or the parts of the plants, likewise the root, the stem, the leaf, the flower, the inflorescence, the fruit. Okay, so just observe them carefully, collect the information about all these parts of the plant, their real character, their modification, their adaptation, their surrounding, everything. Then you may be able to learn properly. Okay, and once you collected this information properly, then it will be good and easy to learn the biology. Clear? Now, so you come to know that what is the science. Now the second part, biology. Why it is important to learn further science? Because biology is a branch of science. Clear? Now simply the study of living being is called the science, biology. Okay, but now in some wide aspect or prospect, I want to tell you what is the biology. Remember this definition. Biology is a branch of science who deals with the matter and energy. Remember this word or this line. What is the biology? Biology is a branch of science who deals with the matter and nature, matter and energy, which is a part of nature or was a part of nature. Clear? Is a part and was a part. That's why not only studying about the living being, but also their ancestor, the fossils, and whatever the ancestral history is compulsory to learn with this one thing. Okay, and a living being is consisting these two facts, material and the energy. The interaction with these two one is quite compulsory. So by keeping this thing in your mind, you should learn and go forward, move forward. Okay, now here, as you know that science is a systematic knowledge of anything. If it is systematic, then surely there is a systematic process of learning. If you want to become a good student of science or a good student of biology, then surely you should know the methodology of science or biology. Whatever the different branches of science, you should follow this same methodology. Clear? In this one, with the help of this flow chart, this scientific methodology can be considered. First of all, what is in your surrounding or what is present in your surrounding, you have to observe. Okay? Through this observation, you will collect a large data. Then this data should be grouped, and by grouping this one thing you are able to define a problem. Okay, and through this problem you need to find out its solution. Okay, but in a single effort you cannot able to conclude the solution. So that's the third part, that is the hypothesis. Okay, simply what is hypothesis? It is a possible solution of the problem. Okay, possible solution means what? Not only one solution but more than one possibilities are there to solve any problem. So this hypothesis is simply a collection of the different possibilities how to solve a problem. Clear? Then, and one more thing, it is a kind of guessing, but it is not a blind or wild guessing. It is a logical guessing. It is a logical guessing of solving any problem, right? So that's why this hypothesis is developed on this one, and then later on this hypothesis is checked by some experimentation. Okay, doing more and more experimentation we can draw some conclusion. By observing, by having results, we can draw this conclusion. Okay, this conclusion can be reproduced by the experimentation, by improving them, by testing them, again we come to the conclusion. Okay, and when these conclusions are authentic, we are getting the same result, then this hypothesis turns into theory. Okay, and theory is not permanent. Clear? As you move forward, as the advancement in the technology, advancement in the knowledge, you will observe that this theory will change and finally you will get a final result, that is the principle. Okay, so whatever we found in the systematic way, after a series of experimentation and this one thing, we will get a principle. Clear? So along with this experimentation, their conclusion and their result, this theory may be changed, but principle never change. Anywhere in the nature, if you perform with that consistent conditions or the fixed condition, you will get the same result. Okay, so the same thing is described here. What is this one thing? First of all, you need to collect the observation, and through this observation you may find two types of data. One, that is the primary data, and the second is secondary data. Primary data from the direct observation, and secondary is data from the some equipments or it is somewhat real data which we obtain from the basic findings by using some tools, by observing some proper methods and this one thing. Clear? And through these data and this one thing, we are, by using the statistical method, we are able to define the problem. Okay, so now this is the most important part of your scientific studies. Okay, that is defining the problem. If you are able to define properly what is your problem, okay, then you will get the correct solution of it. Clear? So what is the most important thing? You have to decide the real problem. You have to define the real problem, and once you define it properly, then you have to start following the solutions. Clear? And after this one, you have to start find out the solution in the form of the logical guessing, and this logical guessing is called as hypothesis. Clear? As earlier I told you, hypothesis is a bunch or group of possible solution or the possible theories which may be or which may not be correct or accurate. Clear? So it will be tested with the help of this experimentation. Okay, and this one, what happened? This test those predictions by repeated experimentation for further observation and modify the hypothesis in light of the result. Clear? And remember, repeat these two steps. Which one thing? that is the experimentation for the further observation and the results, clear. So you will be able to draw the proper theory, and by performing the different experiments with the help of this theory we are able to develop the principle which will be the universal fact. Okay, in this nature, in the fixed condition, it will give you the exact result of your experimentation and your theories, clear. Okay, now earlier we discussed that what is the life. Simply we called it is a study of living being. Okay, actually in this nature we can categorize this material or the matter in the three states: living being, non-living things and dead things. Okay, dead thing means what? Such things earlier it was in the living condition or the living status, but because of inability to maintain their status, they just become the dead part of it, clear. So remember this thing here, the characteristics of living being we are discussing here. So first of all, the most important thing, that is the cellular body organization. This is the first condition. If anybody is considered as the living thing, then surely it should be made up of cell. It should have a cellular body organization. It may be unicellular or may be multicellular, but surely the body is composed of cell, clear. Now then with the second one, molecular basis of life. As you know that this cell is composed of cytoplasm and protoplasmic content, clear, in which you may observe that a large number of inorganic and organic molecules are there, and these molecules are not separate, they are interacting in nature, they are always interchanging from one state to another one. Okay, just like that, some are micro, some are macro, clear, some are required in the small quantity, some required in the large quantity, clear. So with the help of this one thing, you can learn that this life, this cell is composed of molecules, and these molecules are interacting in nature. The interrelationship, their interaction is quite important. Okay, now then life is an expression of energy. It is an open system of energy, clear. In the nature there are two types of energy system. One is open system of energy and second is closed system of energy. Okay, open system of energy means what? The system in which the energy can enter and can goes out, that is the open system of energy. And what is the closed system of energy? It is unable to exchange this energy from the surrounding. The system who is unable to interact with the surrounding, in what manner? That is the energy, clear. So we the living beings are the good example of open system of energy, and these non-living things are good example of closed system of energy. Okay, so to maintain the consistent or the steady status of the energy, it is quite compulsory to perform different life processes. Okay, now the next feature is the homeostasis, clear. What is the homeostasis? Homeo means same and status means the static state of the body. Okay, so the living beings are able to maintain the steady state of the body, which is considered as the homeostasis. Simply we can call the maintenance of the equilibrium or the maintenance of the steady state between the internal environment and external environment of the system. Okay, that is called as the homeostasis. Then next we come to the metabolism. Metabolic activities are performed by a living organism to sustain life or to survive. These metabolic activities are of two types. One is anabolic and second is catabolic, and all over together we call it the metabolic one. Okay, what are the anabolic activities? To synthesize. Ana means to aid or to synthesize. And what is the catabolic? Cata means to break. The process of breaking down of the large molecules into simple one, that is the catabolic one. So by synthesizing and by breaking down, we fulfill our different requirement for maintenance of the life. Okay. Then here we come to the growth. Growth is one of the most important feature of the living being. Okay. Just like that, this growth can be divided into three. One, the numerical growth, the quantitative growth and the qualitative growth. Okay. The increase in the number of the cell, that is the numerical or the quantitative growth. The increase in volume only, that is the quantitative growth. Okay. And the increase in the mass by increasing the new volume of the protoplasm, that is the qualitative growth. Okay. So this way, this growth is very important for continuing life to maintain the survival of the organism. Clear? Next one thing, that is the reproduction. You know that for the origin of the new individual, okay, the parental generation undergoes in a specific process that is called as reproduction, and through this reproduction these individuals are able to produce the offsprings of their own kind. So that is the reproduction. It is quite important to maintain the survival and the existence of the life in the nature. Okay. Next one thing, that is the fixed lifespan. What is the lifespan? The duration between the birth and the death, or the time period between the birth and death, that is called as lifespan. It is the universal truth. One who took birth has to die. जिसने जन्म लिया है उसकी मृत्यु निश्चित है. This is a universal fact. Clear? So this lifespan is fixed in the living being. Okay, and after completing a specific period of life, this organism will die. Just like that, we the human beings may survive for 100 years, a parrot can survive for 140 years, a turtle can survive for 400 years. Okay, this banyan tree and this one, you know that, but may fly for few weeks, the bacteria and this one thing for one day or few hours. So, but anyhow they have to die. Clear? Then next we come to the movement. The change in the position of the body part is called as movement, and it is the basic feature of the living being. And second is the locomotion. Through this movement, when that organism travels some distance, when it moves from one place to another one, then it is called as locomotion. Movement is shown by each and every living being, whether it is plants or animals. You can see that sunflower change its direction according to the direction of sunlight. I am also moving my head, shaking my waving my hands, okay, blinking my eyes. These are all the movement. So through this one thing, the living being satisfy their different needs. Now here the irritability. What is the irritability? The ability to respond any stimulus. When a living being is stimulated or motivated by any external feature, then it need to respond. Okay, so the way by which it responds is called as behavior. Okay, and by which it is motivated, that is called as stimulus. So this is the irritability. And the last one, that is the adaptability. It is a feature of living being to adjust itself according to the changing environmental condition. Okay, so this is the basic fact about the characteristics of living beings. Okay, now we are moving toward the next part of this introductory part, that is the scope of biology. Okay, you know that biological members such as plants and animals have been utilized in various fields because of their importance. Okay, so the major or importance or scope of biology can be discussed in this following habit, these features. Okay, you know that now. Simply the study of living being is categorized into three categories. One, that is the plant, second is animals, and third one is fungus. Clear? So all these three one is very important. So we are having such a great scope of biology in our day to day life. Just like that. Economic value. Clear? You know that this plant, animals, okay, and even the microbes, these bacteria and viruses, they have such a great economic value. Clear? A nation's economy is based on their forest, their animals, the product which you obtain from the animals and plants. Okay, so there is a great scope of biology in the economic value to improve it. By learning the basic facts about the biology, we can also consider about this one thing. Second is the food value. Okay, we all are animals, and to obtain this food we depends on the others, whether it is plants or animals or even the fungus. Likewise, some edible fungus is there, like the mushrooms and this one thing, you are very much familiar with this one. Okay, so this food value, how can be it increases, how it can be obtained by using the balanced diet, whatever the use of this one thing, it is this. Okay, then the medicinal value, you know that so many medicines and the product of medicinal importance we obtain from the animals and plants. Okay, a separate branch, that is the Ayurveda, is based only on the facts which you obtain from the plants. Clear? So by using these animals and plant products, whether it is enzymes or chemicals or the hormones or whatever the different things, we are able to cure the different diseases. Even you know that the simple plant like your Baramasi or what you have found in your surrounding, they gives you actually the chemicals which is helpful to cure the cancer. Okay, now then the research value. Clear? We can set up different researches, okay, to fulfill our different demand and to improve the lifestyle and this one thing. Clear? In the industrial value, as you know that this whole paper industry is based only on the plant products. Okay, all this cotton industry is based on the plant product. This all agronomy is based on the plants. Clear? So it has such a significant value in this one thing. Then the aesthetic value. Okay, some ethics are there. Okay, these animals and plants are also related with our religions. Clear? You know that in early period of life, these different groups and these folks, they were having their own symbols which is from the animals, okay, and the plants. Different religion also believe in this one thing. Okay, so some moral values are also there. Okay, then the game value, for entertaining ourselves, for refreshing ourselves, there is this, we depend on this forest and this one thing. Clear? Okay, now here we are talking about few branches of biology. Clear? When we studied about the biology, then it is clearly divided into two branches. One is fundamental branch and second is the, what is the second one? One is fundamental and second is fundamental or basic branch, and second who based on this one thing, that is the applied biology. Okay, so one is fundamental or basic biology and second is the applied biology. Whatever we learn from the basic knowledge of biology, okay, it will apply it for the betterment of the mankind or the life, that is the applied biology. Okay, also this one thing, horticulture, sericulture, okay, then this apiculture, pisciculture. Clear? This all type of culture, dairy farming, poultry farming, this all is basically comes under the applied biology. Okay, and for this improvement we earn or learn this knowledge from the basic or the fundamental biology. Okay, so basically this biology is divided into two parts, one is geology and second is botany. Clear? But here we are trying to learn some basic branches of biology. Okay, just like first one, that is the morphology. Morphom means the body form, and logos means to the study. That means the study of the body form externally or internally. Okay, now these days anatomy is also comes under this morphological branch, that is the internal morphology. Okay, so what is the shape, size, structure of the individual? It comes in external morphology. And what is the internal structure of the body and body structure? That is the anatomy. Ana means outside and tomy means to cut. That means whatever we study by cutting, okay, that is the anatomy. Histology. Histos means tissue and logos means to study. That means study of the tissue, that is called as histology. By cutting, by preparing its permanent slides, okay, by growing them in the form of the tissue culture, this one thing we study in the different, by staining, and also this one thing mounting, okay, cutting tissue, okay, sectioning, that means, then second one, that is there staining, and finally the mounting, and then it's study under this one thing. Clear? Then next one, there is the psychology, the study of human behavior and the mental quality, that is called as the psychology. It is quite helpful to learn the basic facts about this one thing. Then paleontology. Palentos means the ancestral or the fossils. Clear? The study of the extinct organism which is now not in the nature, but they were earlier existed in this nature, is called as paleontology. So the study of the fossil is called as paleontology. It is quite important to give you the knowledge of your origin, your development. Clear? So this paleontology is also divided into two parts. One, that is the zoo paleontology, and second is the plant paleontology. That means the study of fossils of animals and plants. Now mycology, mycelium, that means the fungus. The study of the fungus is called as mycology. Then phycology, the study of the algae, the simplest variety of the plant, that is called as algae, that is the study of this one. Then the bryology, the study of the liverwort or the mosses. Okay, it is the bryophyte, that means the thallus like structure whose body is flat, not clearly divided into the root, stem and leaf, that is this one. Okay, helminthology, the study of the worms, that is called as the helminthology. Clear? Just like the roundworms which is present in your body, and this all such one. Then parasitology, the study of the parasites or the parasitic organism. You know that what is the parasite? The group of the organism who obtain their food or nutrition from the other living host, that is called as the parasites, and they have great influence on the living being. They may cause diseases, it may be lethal even. Okay. Then entomologies, entomos means insects, the study of the insect, that is called as entomology. Ornithology, ornithin means bird, so study of the birds is called as ornithology. Then mammalogy, the study of the mammals, we all belong to the same one. Okay. Then herpetology, the study of the reptiles and amphibians, that is called as herpetology. Clear? Then the protozoology, proto means primitive and zoo means animal, so study of the unicellular animal like feature, that is called as the protozoology. Okay. Then the zoology, the study of the developed animal, that is called as zoology. Botany, botan means herbs. Okay. So the study of the plants is called as botany. Clear? It is also called as the phytology too. Phyton means plant. Then ichthyology, the study of the fishes. Clear? Evolution, evolution means it derived from the word evolvere, that means the origin. Clear? So the origin of an individual or organism and their development comes in this one thing, that is the evolutionary biology. Embryology, the study of the development of the embryo is called as embryology. Okay. Start from the zygote and completed with the individual. Then pollinology, the study of the pollen grains. You know that pollen grain plays such an important role in fertilization of the plants. Okay. Then pteridology, the study of the pteridophytes, the category of the plants, that is called as pteridology. Then cardiology, the study of the heart, it is very specific branch of biology. Then neurology, the branch of biology who deals with the study of brain, nervous system and its impulse and generation. Virology, the study of viruses. Okay, actually this virology is considered the third branch of the biology. Zoology, botany and virology, because viruses is such a category of the individual which belong to both the two categories, living as well as non-living one. Okay. Then ethology, the study of animal behavior, which is quite helpful to understand the lifestyle and the working of it. Clear? Then ethnology, the study of the different rules mankind in different distribution, how they are distributed and how they are working. Eugenics, eu means better and genesis means to produce. Okay, it is actually considered the branch of genetics which is helpful for the improvement of the human beings and the varieties of the individual genetically. So it is called eugenics. Okay. Then cytology, cyton means cell, the study of the cell, cell means cell organelle, cell structure, their cell cycle, this all will come in cytology. Then finally the protozoology, okay, the study of the protozoan, that is called the protozoology. And remember I told you there is the applied biology also there. This applied biology is helpful to learn this one thing and also this one thing, that is the fruticulture, this agriculture, agronomy, okay, this sericulture, pisciculture, dairy farming, this all comes in this second part of this biology. Clear? Now then here biology means not the simple study, the exception is present everywhere. So in the biologies also there is the exception. Clear? Just like that I want to give you some basic facts also. Just like that, this euglena, in your previous classes you learn about this one thing, it is the unicellular organism. Okay, but you cannot categorize it as a plants or animal because it is both the feature of animals and plants. Clear? Similarly virus, as I told you, neither you can kept in the living beings nor in the non-living beings. Okay, so it is very strange feature. Okay, then the DNA, basically the genetic material is DNA. Almost all organisms having that genetic material is DNA, but few viruses, plant viruses, they are having the genetic material as RNA too. Okay, then this main group produce the respiratory root. Basically roots are geopositive in nature, that means always goes under the ground one, but in this one they comes above the ground surface vertically. Okay, and then this animals, okay, basically reproduce in their adult phase. Okay, but here in this one, just like that, this salamander and this one thing, they can reproduce in their which part of life? Larval phase of life also. Okay, so the study of biology is not only important to learn it theoretically, but my request is that just to eradicate some social evils and this one thing, you may participate in this one thing. Just like that, always the giving birth to a female child or a baby girl. Okay, now this time we are living in the modern life of the modern society, but still it is considered as a curse. It is a social evil. Okay, and always mother is used to blame for this one. So by knowing this biological facts, you should eradicate this kind of social evils. Okay, just try to consider and convince the other also. The male is responsible for determination of sex of a child, not the mother. Okay, not only this one thing, so many mythological facts, so many religious facts which is considered by the human beings in the different way. Okay, which is like an evil in the nature in the society. So by studying this biology, you should eradicate this one from the society and can help in growing a better environment and the better lifestyles in the nature. So keep learning and learn it properly. Wish you all the very best and thank you very much.